Hi, everyone. I'm retired meteorologist and YouTuber Pat Prokop, and today is Friday, January 17th. And we have mild weather conditions ongoing right now. Actually, it's very pleasant. 60 degrees out in my heavenly backyard garden right now. However, things are going to be changing. Now, over the weekend, it's going to remain mild with temperatures most likely remaining in the 60s, but a rain system will be passing through with periods of rain tomorrow and on Sunday. And then clearing off a little bit on Monday, but turning colder. Colder weather conditions will be moving on in for all of next week. But then comes Tuesday, and now it appears the models are beginning to agree that a major winter storm will be affecting southeastern Georgia and southern South Carolina and much of the southeast on Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. And we're looking at a significant amount of snow and ice across our area. Some regions to the west of Interstate 95 could see up to 6 to 8 inches of snow with this system by Wednesday morning. And then Wednesday through Friday, it turns very cold with lows dropping into the teens perhaps in many locations. And on top of that, there's going to be a breeze, and we're going to see wind chills down into the lower teens, even perhaps single digits on Wednesday morning and Thursday morning. All right, with that being said, let's get into the maps right now. First of all, let's take a look at the satellite imagery. It looks good right now. We have sunny skies across our region, and there's this little wave over here developing. That is a mild system, but it has rain associated with it, and that's going to be zipping eastward into our area throughout the day tomorrow and Sunday. But I'm more concerned about this area up here in southwestern Canada over into Montana and the Dakotas. That's a wave that's developing, and it's going to come on down, and it's going to be drawing cold air down along with it, and that's going to be mixing in with moisture coming out of the Gulf of Mexico, and that's spelling frozen precipitation in the form of snow and, more importantly, freezing rain. The freezing rain will be confined to mostly the coastal counties. That includes Savannah and Hilton Head and maybe even Brunswick. Brunswick is going to be right on the edge of that. Let's get into the maps right now and look at the scene. This is the GFS, and it has been indicating dry weather conditions for our area for the last several model runs, but the last couple of runs, it has been leaning in with the other models, indicating the chance of the frozen precipitation across our area. So let's take a look. First of all, there's the rain system coming in for Saturday afternoon, periods of rain Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, overnight into Sunday morning, more rain perhaps throughout the region, then clearing out in the afternoon. And then a surge of cold air comes in behind that system. Snow, most likely on Sunday night into early Monday morning into the Washington, D.C. area for the inauguration. And then that will be followed by bitterly cold air flowing into Washington, D.C. And that cold air is also going to be making it into our region as well. And then look at here. There we have it. The system develops in the western Gulf of Mexico. This is what the CMC, the Canadian Meteorological Center's model, has been predicting the last 5 days now, it seems, that a major storm would develop in the Gulf of Mexico with snow and ice associated with it. Now the GFS is saying the same thing. It has merged with the CMC and showing a large area of frozen precipitation into Georgia and South Carolina and a large portion of Alabama and Mississippi down to Louisiana, and the moderate to heavy rains and a cold rain at that across the northern portions of Florida. Let's take a closer look at this. And looking at the southeast quadrant of this view. And there you can see the system coming on in. This will be at 1 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon. And then by sunset on Tuesday, it looks like freezing rain developing across the coastal areas of Georgia, southern Georgia, southwestern Georgia, and into southern Alabama and the panhandle of Florida, with snow falling across the interior portions of Georgia, mainly west of Interstate 95 in the Georgia area, and into South Carolina west of US 17. But then looks like moderate snow at that. Moving ahead to 1 o'clock Wednesday morning, it shows a large band of sleet and freezing rain across the coastal areas of Georgia and South Carolina, with moderate to heavy snow and sleet across the interior portions of Georgia and South Carolina. And then as we progress in time to sunrise on Wednesday. Still a band of snow now, changing back from freezing rain and sleet over to snow in the coastal areas. And then by afternoon, that system moves offshore. Let's back this up and look at the other model that I have here available at the moment is the CMC. And it's been showing this all the last several model runs, and it hasn't really changed all that much, showing a significant winter storm across the southeast United States with a band of freezing rain and sleet across southeastern Georgia into coastal South Carolina. This includes Charleston and, of course, Beaufort and Hilton Head, Bluffton, Hardeeville, back into our regions of upper portions of Chatham County into southern Effingham County, and then back into southeastern Georgia around the Wayne County area, Jessup, particularly in the coastal areas of southeast Georgia around Brunswick, could see some freezing rain associated with this. But this blue area here, I'm more concerned about that. That's moderate to heavy snow. So with that being said, let's take a look at some of the frozen precipitation products. And this is from the GFS model. And this is forecasting the amount of ice that we could be seeing with this system here. And it is significant icing. Anything more than 1/10 of an inch of ice on power lines and trees can cause significant problems and damage. Here we're indicating the potential of 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch or more of ice across portions of this region. Now, the snowfall is expected to be in this region as well, away from the ice. This will be icing in here, but the snow will be falling here. We're looking at a half foot to 8 inches of snow across portions of the interior parts of this region, just to the, in and around the Statesboro area down toward Glenville and westward. We could see a significant amount of snow associated with that. Now, depending on which way the system really moves, this snow line could be further east, it could be further northwest. The freezing rain and sleet could be, again, oscillating back and forth, which still have to wait and see. But right now, it looks like a strong indication that we're going to see a major winter storm across this region. There's the combination of the two, showing that this whole area of southeastern Georgia and into central and eastern South Carolina will be experiencing major winter conditions on Tuesday night, and into Wednesday morning. And this is going to cause significant problems with traveling and potential power outages across our area. So let's go back to the maps, because what's going to happen after this, let's take a look at the temperatures. And during the afternoon on Tuesday, we're going to be in the middle 30s. That's it, lower 30s in the interior portions of Georgia and western portions of South Carolina. Now, going in advance in 3-hour increments, by sunset on Tuesday, the freezing line is right from Savannah, stretching to the west to around Valdosta. Over here in the the St. Simons area, it'll be slightly above freezing, but still cold. Hilton Head will be right around the freezing mark there. And then looking ahead for the next 3-hour increment, this will be at 10 o'clock on Tuesday night. Temperatures drop now into the lower 30s with rain falling in this greater Savannah area all the way down to Jessup and almost into Waycross and Baxley, along the coast, flirting with Glenn County now as well, with freezing rain there. And a little wedge of warmer air tries to push back up during the night. This will be at 1 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday. Still, the freezing line is right over Savannah, from Hilton Head to Savannah inland. But area where else temperatures are in the lower 30s to upper 20s. And then going into the daybreak on Wednesday, the temperature begins to drop once again. And the freezing rain in the greater Savannah area, Hilton Head area, will be changing over to snow, as the snow will be ending inland. We'll be seeing snow in the early morning hours on Wednesday, and then going into Wednesday afternoon, temperatures remain in the 20s, and then after that, not much higher than that. All right, let's take a look at the forecast temperatures, because this is going to be a major issue, because once this snow and ice falls, it's not really going to melt much, and that means it's going to stick around. I remember a few years ago, I can't remember the exact date, a year, but it was about 5, 6 years ago. We had some snow in January. I think it was in January 4th, January 5th, something like that. And the Truman Parkway was closed for 3 days because the snow just wouldn't melt. And we're going to see that same situation potential with this system here. And Interstate 95, that could have great issues. Interstate 16, major issues there as well. So we have to keep an eye on that. Here's the forecast temperatures for Monday morning. We're going to be dropping down into the 20s with clearing weather conditions, but then the sky is going to start clearing or clouding up. Temperatures might warm into the low to middle 40s on Monday afternoon, then dropping down back into the 20s again Monday night, setting the stage for the ground to be cold enough for it will lose its heat, so much of the snow that falls will not be melting upon warm grounds because the grounds will be already too cold to melt the snow. And then temperatures might warm up to around 40 on Tuesday, but then we'll be dropping throughout the afternoon. And then by Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, dropping down into the low to middle 20s across a large portion of our region. And then going into day on Wednesday afternoon, maybe warming into the upper 30s across our region, and then back down into the 20s again, low 20s at that. This is for Wednesday night, Thursday morning, and we're going to see some very cold air across our area. Those temperatures in the teens across the interior portions of Georgia, right around 20 in Savannah. I think the record low in Savannah for this date is 19 degrees, set back in 1960, I believe. So we'll be flirting with a record low temperature with this system here. And on top of that, we're going to have a little bit of a breeze. So the wind chill is going to be in the single digits to the lower the middle teens, actually. Single digits to the lower middle teens, 13, thereabouts. All right, let's take a look at the final picture I always like to end with is that my webpage. You can get a lot of great information on my webpage, savannahpat.name. And let's take a look at the forecast, which is no big surprise. I have snow in the forecast for Tuesday and Wednesday. And got the rain coming in tomorrow, partly cloudy on Monday, then clouding up, and then snow on Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, then partial clearing, partly to mostly cloudy Thursday. We might see another band of showers or snow, again, lighter snow, on Friday. So that's something to watch next Friday, a week from today. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. And the extended outlook, not much better. Cold temperatures will continue through the rest of the month of January before we start warming back up. And going into February, it looks like the weather patterns will be changing. But right now, we're under the influence of the polar jet stream and that polar vortex portion of it, and that's pumping down this cold air across our area. Much thanks to those who have been supporting my page. I really appreciate that, and the members who have joined my page as well, and the super thanks and the buy me a coffee. Thank you very much for that. Remember, this is going to be a significant winter weather event across our area. So keep in mind the 3 Ps, of course: pets, plants, and pipes. But the plants, well, they're just about done. It's the middle of January anyway. But have provisions to protect your water pipes because they will be able to freeze. Any exposed water pipes will be freezing during this type of event, particularly next week. And if you have a water well, pumps, and so forth, make sure you drain those pumps. I had a pump that I didn't drain one year, and it got down to about 22 degrees, and it froze inside the tank, and it broke the cast iron shell. That cost me about $750. I had to get a new pump. Anyway, drain the pumps if you have pumps. Drain your water lines if you have water lines outside in the gardens and so forth. And if your pipes are exposed, you're going to want to drip those for, well, just about all of next week, the way it's shaping up right now. So, well, also, be prepared for power outages. And this is a bad time of the year for power outages because you lose your heat. So that just be prepared. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but its potential is there. So keep an eye on that as well. Be ready. Be a Boy Scout. Be prepared. Be ready in the event that this system does pan out. And right now, the models are indicating that we are definitely in for a potential major winter storm. All right. I'll keep you posted throughout the weekend and early next week right here on my YouTube channel. See you later. Bye.